This is the first quarter She Achievers meeting to promote business and social networking among prominent female personalities.
And it is evident how productive women get when they set their hands on a task. This is going to be an opportunity for top CEOs to come together. Yeah, they are women, and they're going to network and take decisions that triggers development. We are currently here at China Europe International Business School. My name is Samuel Ofori-Odame.
And I am Charity Kesewa Frimpong.
And we are from Samchat TV. Get your fingers crossed, go nowhere,
and stay tuned.
There's no running, there's no hiding. We've got to be bold, stand up tall and change the world. There's no running, there's no hiding. We've got to be bold, stand up tall and change the world.
We are still here at the gathering of the movers and shakers.
Yes, Margaret Thatcher once said, if you want something said, ask a man. And if you want something done, ask a woman. And very soon we will be interacting with women of action to find out how they feel about this particular meeting and what to look out for in the coming years of the Association of the She Achievers by the Business Executive.
So we want you to stay tuned, stay connected.
Yeah. The long-awaited moment is finally here, and we are here at the gathering of She Achievers. And I have here Ambassador Nancy Sam. You're looking so great. I really love how you're looking, madam.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well and very good.
All right, to begin with, there's a thought-provoking quote by Margaret Thatcher, and she said, if you want something said, ask a man, and if you want something done, ask a woman. What do you opine about this statement?
I think she said it well, because if you want something done, ask a woman. If you look into our natural life, it is the woman who builds a home. The man supports, but when it comes to bringing up the child, taking care of the child that is sick, feeding the whole family, even the father, be as older as he is, he wants to be treated like a child. He keeps on competing with the children in the house. The women make sure things are done. So it doesn't stay only in the house. It goes beyond the house. As a woman that is an entrepreneur, she goes beyond it. She goes deep into the world to make sure that she brings goods back home, finance back home, support back home. Anything that the house is lacking, she brings it back home. So I think what she said, Margaret Thatcher said, this is the whole meaning of it. Without a woman in a house, it is no home. If you go to a house where there is no woman, you can straight away tell there is no woman in this house.
Exactly.
No matter how rich the man is, you can see that the setup, even there is something missing. It's not right. Because a woman walks in and she knows where to put the flower just to blossom, just to make the house, the building and the house even smile. So
All right. So,
And
how do you feel about the She Achievers initiative by the business executive?
I think it's awesome. It's very awesome. The year just started with this note, and I think it's the best thing you could give to a woman. When the year has started, we are in January. This is not February. And we are satisfied with this. She Achievers, all the women that came around are really achievers. We have people in the banking industry, they are managers, women in managerial position, decision makers, the go-getters. We had women in the industry of construction, building, road, doctors, professors. These are the caliber of women. These are achievers. There is nothing they cannot do if they come together. And from their experiences and their networking, everybody went home today smiling, knowing that they really spent their time to come for this conference this morning. I was overwhelmed when I saw the number of women that came this morning. I said to myself, today is a working day. It's a Tuesday, right?
yes,
And they leave their work.
Wednesday. Yeah.
It's a Wednesday morning. And really, they left their work as CEOs, as directors, airline CEOs of a country, which they are waiting for their flight to land. They are here. Oh my God. It was amazing. And so I think that we should do things like this often. And we will go ahead to make sure that we encourage even the future young women that are coming. Because you need things like this to boost you to know that the sky, beyond the sky is our limit.
All right, before you go, one thing I must commend women on is anything they lay their hands on, it gets productive. It multiplies. But the question I want to ask is, what are some of the entrepreneurial skills women are supposed to have in order to be successful in their business?
Confident. All you need is confidence. When you have confidence, nobody can bully you in the world we are in here. When you have confidence, nobody can look down upon you. Even if you are selling toilet paper, because of your confidence, it will cause people to buy. Because people would not know why you are so confident on a toilet paper. They'll just buy it because of your confidence and your attitude, your passion towards what you have. Every product you have, whatever you want to sell as a woman, sell it with confidence and with passion, no matter what, and you would succeed. And so that is one of the things we learned today. And make sure you network. And when you network, that is the key.
Thank you so much for making time. But before you go, I'd like you to look into the camera and encourage our viewers to subscribe to the Business Executive magazine.
Yes. My name is Ambassador Nancy Sam, the Vice President of ECOWAS Tourism Private Sector, the President of Women in Tourism, the CEO of Staple Travel and Tours. I want to tell you, you have to subscribe to the Business Executive magazine. Everything you want to know, be it a man, be it a woman, you want to know where the action is going, you want to know where the money is, you want to know where the business is trending, you need to subscribe. You need to have this business magazine and you will know what is happening in Ghana, in West Africa, and in ECOWAS. Thank you.
So I have here Dr. Josephine Jan, and she will be talking to us how she feels about this initiative by the Business Executive. You're looking very great.
Thank you.
I want to find out, in your opinion, how do women prepare to meet opportunities?
For our young women today, in trying to meet opportunities, I believe that we must break away from the stereotype of being the women at home and take our education seriously, be more sociable, be more versed in skills that we can learn outside of the home as well. And I think that will help us to prepare for the future.
Oh, all right. So before you go, I would like to know what are some of the values you look out for in the next generation of female leaders?
One very strong value I look out for in the future female leader is one that will be very ethical, one that will be consistent and committed. I think we should, like I've mentioned earlier on, we should break away from our old traditions and culture. And that is what is taking us away from what we intend to achieve in the future. And so if we break away, we would be able to clear our minds and move ahead and make the best out of whatever achievement we need to achieve.
Wow, thank you so much for your time. But before you go, we would like you to look into the camera and encourage our viewers out there to subscribe to the Business Executive magazine.
Okay, so I would encourage as many as our CEOs, as SMEs and leaders or owners of businesses to subscribe to the Business Executive. It's a magazine that goes beyond the borders of Ghana, and it will help you to take your business to other levels, and it will also give you a lot of leverage when it comes to your business equity. So subscribe and you won't regret.
With us here is a she achiever in the financial sector, and she is Pastor Mrs. Aquilina. It's really good to have you here, madam.
Thank you very much.
I really love how you're looking. You're looking splendid.
She's looking great. Awesome.
Thank you.
So, as a woman in the financial sector, I would like to ask you, how can women be financially capable to trigger national development?
Thank you, Charity. I think that one of the things we have to always remember is that women are great users of resources. One of the biggest challenges is the access to finance for women. One of the things that we've started seeing is that in the financial services industry, a lot more opportunities are being given, loans are being provided for women, and that's great, and we need to see a lot more of that. On the side of the women, I think that it's important that we continue to build our skills in to be able to demonstrate that we are able to use the finance. When somebody invests, they want to see returns, and so it's very important that we build our skills and our planning capacity. So we are able to demonstrate that this is the plan, this is my business idea, I've thought it through. When I get these funds, this is how I'm going to use it, and I'm going to work it through to the very end. So I think it's that combination of the women continue to build and develop their skills, and then of course being given the opportunity by the availability of financial resources.
One thing that amazes me, and I really love that about women, is that anything they lay their hands on, it becomes productive. Now I want to know what's the exceptional thing about women that makes them productive in anything, they set their minds on.
Well, I think that one is something we need to thank God for. God created women as incubators. Women have the exceptional quality to be able to incubate, a seed, incubate an idea, and nurture it and bring it out, bring out outstanding people like you, bring out outstanding ideas. And so it's a very special skill and ability that God has graced women with. And that's why anything you give to a woman, she's able to bring out a lot more than what she was given. And I think that women, we need to continue to really acknowledge the grace that we've been given by God, have pride in ourselves and challenge ourselves to use our God-given skills to do even more to build our societies, our families, and the nation.
Wow. Thank you so much. But before you leave, I'd like you to look into the camera and encourage our viewers to subscribe to the Business Executive magazine.
Okay, so this is Aquilina saying subscribe to the Business Executive magazine. It's a great magazine telling us the stories about what's happening in the business world across Africa. And you'll learn a lot, and you'll be really pleased with the output at the end of the day. Thank you.
Joining us here for a brief discussion is
Abibet Ashani Mahamad Zakaria, CEO of Maslock.
It's really good to have you here.
Thank you.
We want to find out, what is your position with regards to women in leadership?
My position with regards to women in leadership is simple. I believe that women can do whatever they make their mind to do. Once you are determined and you set a goal, I think that there is nothing that should stop you from achieving it. Yeah, so women in leadership are women who believe in themselves, who are courageous, and then who take on task and then get the results. Yeah.
All right, so we want to know, what do you feel, or how do you see this initiative by the business executive?
That is a very good initiative because with this, it is going to broaden the network of women. Some women ordinarily will not come out of their shell. But with this one, I think that it's going to broaden the network of women in different aspects of their lives in terms of profession, business, and then other things. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Before you go, we would like you to look into the camera and address the audience to subscribe to the Business Executive Magazine.
Good afternoon. I think the Business Executive Magazine, it's something that everyone should subscribe to because they really have very interesting ideas and they have very good programs that everyone benefits from, especially in terms of business.
Chacha, so what do you have to say about her? She's looking so great.
She's looking so
Thank
good.
Oh my
Thank
God,
you,
only your hair.
Yeah. So
Thank
she
you.
is a young achiever
Yeah.
in the real estate sector. What's your name, miss?
My name is Joycelyn Ifia Idoachi. Yes, and I'm into real estate, construction of residential properties for now. Yes.
You know, undoubtedly, the sector in which you find yourself has that kind of male dominance, okay? So, in your opinion, how do we inculcate the desire in men and in women to delve into real estate sector?
Okay, one thing I always say is that I don't believe anything is gender it should be gender dominated. I feel anything a man is able to do, a woman too should be able to do. That's the whole point of feminism. For me, feminism is not about a man against a woman or a woman against men or whatever it is. It's nothing unhealthy. It's actually a healthy drive to encourage women to know that whatever a man can do, you are not less competent to do it. You can't do it. So for me, mine has started all the way from my first degree in university. I did engineering, and which people felt was a male course. And like, why you do engineering? You should do arts. I'm like, no. The arts could also be for males. It could be for females. The same way engineering could be for females. So right from there, I never saw anything as male dominated, so I can't do this. So anything I have a passion for, I don't first look at it like, okay, is it male dominated? I feel like once I have a passion for it, I go for it. And that's what has actually driven me to this point. I've always loved real estate, and that's why I'm in it.
Interesting.
Yes.
All right, so before you go, I would like to know, what's your advice for women who are willing to launch their own business but are afraid of the risk involved? What's your advice for them?
To be honest with you, there's risk everywhere. In fact, if you think it's risky owning a business, it's also risky owning a job, actually, because you could be fired any moment.
Yeah.
The next moment, your company could actually get a system or a robot to replace your job, and you can lose your job with the how they call it, how they just like fire people, like what happened in the banking sector.
Yeah.
Like, you are an excellent worker, you are excellent at what you do, but because of the crisis, what SEC requires and everything, you just lose your job, which has nothing to do with you. So for me, I feel like the risky place is being in a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, as some people call it. So I feel that's even more risky than owning your own business. And I feel like if you don't start now, you never start. The reason why I know what I'm talking about is because I didn't start off as an entrepreneur. I started off as a 9 to 5 worker. I used to work in Vodafone.
Yeah.
So I have that side, that experience, and I also have the entrepreneurial experience. And I'm telling you, the entrepreneurial experience is the best. It's risky at the beginning, of course. Nothing comes on a silver platter. Sometimes you can even start businesses and to fail. It doesn't mean that you should stay on the ground. You should actually try other things or come up. Sometimes it can take you 5 years. I'm just being realistic. Sometimes entrepreneurship is not about you start this year and this year you are winning awards for your company. That's not the realistic thing on the ground. Sometimes you could fail for 5 years, nothing is happening, you're not making any profit. But when it actually starts paying off, no one can take it away from you. The best is actually yet to come. So the highest is, if you're no longer involved, you would have built a system where the business can actually run without you. So even if you're not there, your business is still running because you would have built a system to make the business work. But with the job, if you are not there, you are sick, anything happens, no money is coming. So I feel being entrepreneurial
Option
is the
is
best.
the best. Wow, thank you
Yes.
so much. But before you go, we would like you to look into the camera and encourage our viewers to subscribe to the Business Executive magazine.
Okay, I encourage you to subscribe to the Business Executive magazine. It's very helpful. You see the stories of a lot of people who have made it in business and all that. And I feel you could be encouraged from that because I get encouraged from people who have done so well in businesses. I get encouraged from females who are doing so well, have their own businesses. And that is a big encouragement to me. So I feel you should also subscribe to it and be encouraged.
Thank you so much for your time.
Indeed, a young she achiever. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Do enjoy the rest of the day.
thank you.
All right, so we are still here, and I have a beautiful woman here. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you too?
I'm good, absolutely fine. What's your name and what do you do?
My name is Dr. Thelma Frimpong-Mensah. I'm a financial consultant
Mm.
and the CEO of Desert Dew Services and Consultants.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, so today we had a women meeting, a women gathering, and it's a gathering of leadership, I should say. And in one way of women leading has to do with entrepreneurship. So I want to know, how can we boost, entrepreneurship in women?
I believe that it starts with skills acquisition
Okay.
and capacity building because most people or most women who are entrepreneurs find themselves there by virtue of the fact that they need to do something. And so
Okay.
most of them are not well equipped to handle all the tasks that comes with entrepreneurship. And so I believe that when women are given the skills, the right skill sets, capacity building, and it is through such workshops that such things come up. So I believe that when they are given that, it will really help to boost the entrepreneurial spirit in women. By nature, we are already entrepreneurs, but
Exactly.
then we need the skills and other things to make it top notch.
Top notch. Wow.
All right. So, kindly describe your leadership skill and how you're able to lead others.
Personally, I believe that being a woman means that you are born a leader because you would have to, at a point in time, lead your family and make sure that you are leading them in the right direction. And so personally, I grew up as a leader, and one or two things that I am really passionate about in my leadership is mentoring and coaching. And I do that for young ladies. Unfortunately, when it comes to that, I'm a bit biased. I do it for only ladies.
Oh.
Yes, I have a reason. I'm passionate and they're more biased towards women. And funny enough, God also gave me biological daughters. I have only daughters. I don't have a son. I have 4 daughters. So I guess leadership is inborn. You also need to acquire the skills of leadership because apart from being inborn, you also need to have certain qualities which are either learned in school or by whichever means you get it. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for your time with us. Before you go, we would like you to address the audience, telling them to subscribe to the Business Executive magazine.
Hello, everyone. And so, if you want your one-stop shop for everything about women, leadership, entrepreneurship, everything about women, make sure you subscribe to the Business Executive. It has all the information, all the contacts, and all the network when it comes to women and achievers. Thank you.
This is Mrs. Lakay, a she achiever in a male-dominated sector. And I'm talking about the Ghana Immigration Service. You're looking great to begin with. You're looking so splendid. I really love how you always look.
Thank you.
All right, as she said, your field is male-dominated. So now there are a lot of women out there who would like to, join your field, join the train, but they are kind of afraid. What do you have to tell them, to push them to still stand up and join whatever they want to do?
I would say that you just have to be strong-willed and be determined and hardworking, and you can survive in any sector that you find yourself. So we usually would have to go in for paramilitary training, and before we are actually absorbed into the system. And so you need to have a very strong mental ability and physically fit. And just tell yourself that you can surmount anything that comes your way and you'd be just fine.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But before you go, we would like you to look into the camera and advise our viewers out there to subscribe to the Business Executive magazine.
The Business Executive is an international magazine, and I think that for business people, if you want your business to go global, this is the place to be and to subscribe to, and also send in your advertisements and whatever you think you need to do to promote your business and and be known on the international space. In the international space, I think that this is the place to be. So I encourage all business women and businesses and companies to subscribe to the Business Executive.
Thank you so
very
much. And she is the She Achiever in the Ghana Immigration Service.